How's it going, everybody? Henry here, and in this video we're going to talk about how you can be successful as a new personal trainer in January. So we all know January, everybody's coming in with those New Year's resolutions and they're ready to get started. And if you're a new trainer or been training for a little while or just getting back into it, this is the best month to build up your client book. That way you have plenty of people to train throughout the year. So you're going to overproduce in this month, but it's very important to have a plan. So I'm going to lay out a very simple plan that you can follow to be successful. And if you have any questions, put it in the comment section below. If this video is helpful, please like it, and let's dive into it. All right, so we're in the computer here, and we are going to hit this up with being successful in January. This is again for new PTs or anyone in fitness sales that just wants to have a successful January. Of course, you can apply this stuff to any month, but January is that big month. We're in January. Now's the time to really capitalize on everybody. Really coming after the fitness goals. Again, please subscribe if you find this useful, and comment below if you have any questions, anything like that. So the first thing we need to do is we need to build a business plan. What that's going to look like is we're going to set a goal, build the plan, take action, review results, make adjustments, and then change some lives. So setting a goal. What is it? What's your goal? How much money would you like to make? It could be how many people you want to help. A lot of people, based on their income, working with personal trainers for quite a while, that's probably the number one problem that personal trainers have is they say their income's inconsistent, and that's what makes it difficult to stay in. They don't know how to really build a long-term success as a personal trainer because one week they make $500, next week they make $1,500, whatever that money is, and it's tough to live that way as a personal trainer trying to career. So for this example, let's just say that you want to make $1,000 a week. You can obviously adjust this to meet whatever your goals are, but for math's sake, it was very easy to do this, at this rate. But you want to take home $1,000 a week. That's, if you're working every week, $52,000 a year. I would think would be pretty good income depending on where you live, but as a new personal trainer, that certainly would be helpful. Another thing we're just going to assume is that at your gym you make $30 per hour session. So, that obviously could be different at whatever gym you work at. It might be higher, might be lower. But an average, if you're making $30 per session, is pretty good, especially for a new trainer. So, keep that in mind. So we're going to build a plan, which really is our process. Our process is basically something that just doesn't move. It's a formula that we follow. We can change the inputs to affect the output, but the actual process doesn't change. So we want to have a really good process with that. So the first thing we need to figure out, okay, we want to make $1,000. We get paid 30 per session. That means we need to train 33.33 sessions. We're just going to round that to 34 sessions. Why not make a few extra bucks there? So we'll just round that up. Our average client trains 1.5 times per week. So if you're a new trainer, then you don't know what your average client is going to train. And if you're an experienced trainer, hopefully your clients are training a higher average than 1.5 times per week. But for this example, we'll put 1.5 times per week. Obviously, you can adjust it, and when we talk about reviewing our program, week over week, we will adjust it, and it'll help us with our numbers. But we had to pick something, so we're going to say you're averaging 1.5 times per week. So what that means is if you take 34 sessions per week, divide it by 1.5, that means we're going to need 22.67 clients, so 23 clients to make $1,000 a week following this formula. So we have a goal now. Our real goal is 23 clients. So we've taken away, I want to make this much to, okay, now I just know I need to have 23 active clients working with me. So let's continue from that. So we have our 23 clients, which is really $1,000 per week. We have that lined out. How many people do we need to try to sell training to? So in this example, we're assuming you have no clients currently. So you're coming into January, you have no clients. You need 23, but that doesn't mean you can just talk to 23 people and they're all going to buy personal training from you. It's just not going to work that way. We're going to have to sell some people. So it being January, people are certainly going to be more interested in buying personal training. So we're going to say you have a 20% closing rate. I've seen most trainers throughout the year average about 10 to 15%. Obviously, the more experienced trainers, they're going to be much higher because people are coming to them wanting to train. They have like a base. They might even have people waiting. So their closing rates could be much, much higher. But if nobody knows you at your gym and you don't have any following and you don't really have any proof of like that you can actually do this, it's going to be harder. So, 10 to 20%, it being January, more people are just going to want to do training anyway. So, in your favor, I put 10 to 20%. We can adjust this as it goes because, you're going to need to. That's part of the program. So, that means if you need 23 clients, you're going to close at 20%. You need to see 115 people to get those 23 clients. Okay? Now, let's just assume for this example, you saw 115 clients on Monday or 115 people on Monday and you pitched them all, you closed 20%. That would mean on Tuesday you had 23 active clients. Now, obviously, you can't see 115 people in one day, so there's going to be some time building this up, and that's what we got to look at. Really what that means is you need to set a goal of 3 pitches per day. The higher number that pitch number is, the faster you'll reach your goal. But you have to remember you're going to spend time marketing, working the floor, trying to get these fitness, whatever you call fitness profiles, we call them fitness profiles, but trying to get the people in front of you. So you're not going to just walk in and have everybody lined up for you. If you do work at a big box gym, you might have salespeople setting appointments for you, but you don't want to base your income on someone else's that you don't have a lot of control over. So you need to set a goal of pitching 3 people. So not just asking some random person for money, but doing a full assessment. Whatever your plan is to show them how you're going to help them reach the goals. Whether it's sitting down talking about their goals and writing out a plan, or taking them on the floor doing a workout. Whatever it is, you need to do 3 of those per day worked to get to the 23 clients. That means it would take you 38 working days to achieve this goal. So we pitch 3 people a day for 38 days. If you work 5 days a week, it's going to take you less than 2 months. So something to consider here is, okay, if it's taking me 2 months to do this, I don't want to be selling training that is less than 2 months because it's going to up your numbers. Because if you sell someone only a month's worth of training, and you're still trying to hit your 115 people within the 2 months, then they're going to fall off and you have to sell another one. So always, I would recommend projecting a long-term plan, like at least 90 days. It'll give you time to really get to know them, make adjustments to the program, but also, for the client's sake, they're going to get a chance to get some results. And that's a big thing, is sometimes we don't have them for a long enough time to really get some obtainable results, and then they cancel. So having a little bit longer commitment of at least 90 days would secure you in this. So whether they're paying for those 90 days all up front, or they're going to do it on a bi-weekly, monthly billing program, whatever, just have them committed to 90 days. That'll really help with this. So again, please give the video a like if you're enjoying this content, comment below if it's helpful, and subscribe. So we're going to pitch 3 people a day for 38 days. What we're going to do is after each week, we're going to check in our progress. So the things that we put in there that were controllables were that they were training 1.5 times per week and that we're closing 20%. We know what our end goal was a 23 clients, so that part's not going to change. So if we find that our average client is training 2 times per week, then that's going to lower the amount of clients we need. So instead of needing 23 clients, that number is going to come down. If we find that they're training less than that at 1 time per week, then we know the total number of clients that we're going to need is going to go up. So that's where that formula, having that locked-in formula will help you. You want to adjust your closing percentage. So if you saw it worked 5 days and you saw 3 people every day, so that means you pitched 15 people, and you didn't close, I guess that would be 3 of them, then you're not in that 20% closing range, and you're gonna have to adjust that. So maybe you closed 6 of them, then that means you can up your closing percentage. But if you only closed 1, then you're gonna have to lower your closing percentage, and that just means you're gonna have to see more people. So that's why you want to have those to where you can adjust them, and you want to review it every week pretty much. You may from week to week not change it. You might wait every 2 weeks or so, but you need to be keeping a track with these numbers every week, because if you let a couple weeks go by and you didn't keep a track of it, then it's going to be a whole lot more difficult to go in and review your numbers, review your business, and know where you're at, versus if you're looking at it every week, you'll know what adjustments to make. So you might go 1 week and you didn't make any sales, but then you might go the next week and double your sales, so your average closing percentage is the same. But if you start knowing a trend week over week of it being lower or higher, that's when you got to make your adjustments. So if it's lower, then you're probably gonna have to spend a little bit more time with your fitness manager, working on your presentation skills, or whoever it is that can help you with that. Watch some of these videos. There's some good ones on my page that can help you with selling personal training. But so you'll look at those and get your reps in, whatever you got to do to get better, to get that closing percentage up, or the average frequency, whichever the ones are hurting you, with that. So once you've made those adjustments, you're going to keep with the plan, and that's it. So that's a very basic, simple plan. You could easily just write the formulas down of the 23 session goal or 23 client goal, training at 1.5 times per week, closing at 20%, and just make an Excel sheet or something like that where you can adjust, where you're at and things like that. And the thing to remember is if you're pitching 90-day programs, some of your clients will train with you forever, and or as long as you're in the business, and that's great when they do that. But a lot of them are going to train until they reach a goal, and a lot of goals are obtainable within 90 days. Not all goals, sometimes they're bigger, but I just average. If you have about a 90-day fall off, then and say you can continue closing at 20% and keep your frequency at 1.5, or maybe increase that. Seeing 3 new people a day would get pretty tough if you were training 30 hours a week or so. So that's where you have to start making those adjustments. But when you're a new trainer, you don't have any clients, obviously you have all the time in the world to be pitching and spending with these people. But as you get busier, and I'll make a separate video on that, like once you're busy, how you can make those adjustments to see one person, one sale a week, or whatever it is that you got to do to maintain that. So this is just getting that initial flood. It's January, like you should be able to do it. You honestly should be doing better numbers than these in January, because you want to establish a lot of long-term clients in this time, because in June and July and August and those months when they're traveling, they're doing things like that, you need people to fill in the places so you can be a consistent earner as a personal trainer. So anyway, if this video was helpful, please give it a thumb up, subscribe. The thumbs up will really help the YouTube algorithm and more people to see this. Feel free to share it if you have other personal trainer friends that are looking to get in the business. I'm happy to help. Put comments below if you have questions. Also, there's a link to my Instagram. You can go there and talk to me that way. I have had a few people do that, and we've been able to work out some programs, stuff like that. I work for Gold's Gym, so this is what I do for a living at Gold's Gym. But I do like helping people, so reach out. I'm happy to help, and have a great day.